Jayden Daniels is no longer the rookie everyone doubted. He's become the leader who could shock the NFL. His teammates are warning the league that year 3 is going to be explosion. But with a brutal schedule, massive expectations, Washington could be scared.
Man, he looks really, really good. And since I've known Jayden since he got drafted, he's always been a focused, determined, prepared player, a young guy, but now he's a vet. And this offseason, you can tell he's taking even more of a leadership role, more initiative of putting his hands on the steering wheel of this offense. I think it's no secret that Blau wants to build this offense around him, the things that he does really well. And I mean, there's countless things he does well. And, him being able to work under center and use more of the play action is only going to not only help him, but it's going to help the receivers, it's going to help the O-line, the running backs, the tight ends. And so I just think the biggest thing you can tell his voice is becoming more and more loud. He's a very laid back person, but from getting us together, throwing in LA, before OTA started, to the way he's communicating in the meetings, him and I are having so many conversations, not only on the field, but through text. We were going to the Memorial, and Friday guys are doing their plans, and he's texting me about a route that we ran that day, and I'm like, all right, Five, like we cut on the weekend now, like we could talk about this on Monday, but that's just the type of player he is. He's always locked in and focused on the task at hand, and you can just tell his personality is continuing to grow, and he's the leader that we want leading this team this year and every year. So it's just been really fun to be able to build with him. And I think for me, it's been different because I think this may be the first year I've had the same quarterback starting for 3 years. And that continuity goes such a long way. And so him and I are really, hitting a lot of early marks now in OTA. So I believe it's going to continue to build as we get throughout the offseason.
And there's so many new offenses and new offensive coordinators around the league.
Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, and my brother LP. Logan Paulson is back in the building. Now, fellas, it's wild to think we're just 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from training camp, which means all eyes will be on Jayden Daniels as he gets ready for year 3. And Fred, when I was thinking about this and writing these questions, I was like, you know what? Jayden has accomplished so much in 2 years.
Yeah.
But in year 3, I think he has his best supporting cast by far.
Yeah, not just supporting cast. I think the brain trust. Like when you talk about the offensive coordinator, schematically, how they're going to try to attack teams, I think we're going to see the best of Jayden Daniels. Yeah. And you're talking about a guy with a chip on his shoulder that's matured. So I think he's one of those people, he's going to put the league on notice. I know y'all forgot about me last year, but I'm back and I'm better than ever.
Fred, I'm glad you mentioned the brain trust, because I think that's a big part of it, right? Obviously, Terry's super talented. Chig, super talented. Antonio Williams, young player that we think the world of, obviously, right? But I think the thing is that David Blau, how you utilize those pieces, how you insulate the offensive line, I think that's going to be the real story here this offseason. So, yeah, man, really excited to see what that looks like.
And just to chime in a little bit on what you guys talking about with the brain trust, I think also what people fail to realize is that Jayden now had a chance to experience some good and bad.
Ups and downs.
So when you go through both of them, now you know what to expect. And the game is going to slow down for him tremendously.
A ticket, that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Take it away, Brother Brand.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's talk about the offensive line, which could really be the anchor of the whole offense as they change their scheme and work on chemistry. On the left side of the line, obviously, they have an annual all-pro caliber player. And on the right side of the line, a healthy Sam Cosmi and Josh Connerly, who grew from week 1 to week 18 dramatically, has had a terrific offseason. And so there are 3 parts of this line to be extremely excited about. And then they have competition in the center of the line and at left guard, but it's all veterans: Chris Paul, Brandon Coleman, Nick Allegretti, Julian Good-Jones, and potentially the rookie Matt Golden. In the end and in totality, they're going to need this group, I think, to be the leaders of a new offense. As everyone tries to work out the new scheme, get down their timing, and find some chemistry, it's going to be paramount, especially early against the defensive lines of Seattle and Dallas and Philadelphia, to hold down the fort as the team kind of finds its way. And I'm pretty bullish that they will.
Santana, having that depth at offensive line, having all these different guys that are so versatile, it makes me think of a guy in David Blau, first-year offensive coordinator, man. How can this offensive line help David Blau get the most out of Jayden Daniels in year 3?
I think the first thing that comes to mind is just, when you have a new OC, you don't want to get out there and willing and dealing the ball all over the field. You want to be able to have something sound up front. So when you have a great offensive line like that we have already, you can kind of play behind them a little bit. You can lead with your run game. You can lead with simple plays to get the quarterback more comfortable. And then once you got everything intact and you kind of got a great feel about what you have, now you toss that ball up around the field. So I think we have the guys on the outside, we have the guys in the backfield, but I think out the gate initially, I want to see that offensive line be as one so they can go out there and give us enough confidence and our OC enough confidence that we can go out there and really play some good football.
And fellas, if the offensive line could play the way that we've seen them play since Jayden Daniels has been here, it's easy to think that we are going to have success. Like I said at the start of the show, this might be Jayden Daniels' best supporting cast. Let's take a look at some of Jayden Daniels' weapons because he has a ton of new pass catchers to be excited about as he enters training camp. Let's hear from him and what he had to say during mandatory minicamp.
Man, Blau's done a great job of just implementing this offense. I love how he is explaining things in a way that makes sense. A lot of our route concepts, a lot of our run game marry together. So when we're hearing the play calls in the huddle, last year we rely on signal base. So the communication is going to be that much more important in the huddle. I think Jayden's done a great job picking up the offense. He's communicating great in the huddle. But Blau has done a great job of just giving us his expectations and having fun. He's a master communicator. You know, you'd be surprised that this is just his first year being a coordinator. But if you've been around the last few years, you know what he's capable of. And so it doesn't catch us by surprise that he's in this opportunity. But we're looking forward just to bring his offense to life. I think I can speak for a lot of us. None of us have really been a part of a day one offense where you're building something from the ground up. So Blau's going to be a great coach in this league for a long time. So to be a part of his precipice offense, like that's been amazing so far. So I just want to be the go-to guy that Jayden can trust, that our teammates can trust, that Blau can trust, and just continue to make plays.
The NFL is about to see a completely different Jayden Daniels. The rookie who entered Washington with questions is gone. Now, the Commanders believe they have something much more dangerous: crisp delivery. Now, the Commanders believe they have something much more dangerous: a quarterback who is becoming the leader of an entire franchise. Inside Washington's building, the message is clear. Year 3 is not about proving he belongs anymore. It is about proving he can dominate. His teammates say Daniels still has the same focus, preparation, and determination that made him special when he was drafted. But now, there is a major difference. His voice is louder. His confidence is growing. And he is taking control of the offense. From organizing throwing sessions in Los Angeles before OTAs even started, to constantly communicating with teammates during meetings and even texting about routes during holiday weekends, Daniels is showing the obsession of an elite quarterback. He is no longer just learning the system. He is becoming the person everyone follows. But leadership alone does not win in the NFL. The next challenge is whether Washington has built enough around Daniels to survive the pressure coming in year 3. For the first time in his career, Jayden Daniels enters a season with stability. His teammates believe this could be the strongest supporting cast he has ever had. And that starts with the offensive system. Washington wants to build everything around what Daniels does best. More work under center. More play action. More opportunities for receivers, running backs, and tight ends. The goal is simple. Make defenses uncomfortable. New offensive coordinator David Blau has impressed players with his communication and ability to simplify the game. Daniels himself praised the offense, saying the concepts connect well, with the passing game and running game working together. But the biggest change is responsibility. Last season, Washington relied heavily on signals. Now, Daniels must command the huddle. He must become the voice of the offense. And according to teammates, that transformation is already happening. But even the most talented quarterback in the world needs protection. And Washington's offensive line could decide whether this offense explodes or collapses. Every great quarterback needs time. Because if the protection fails, everything falls apart. Washington believes its offensive line can become the foundation of this offense. On the left side, they have an all-pro level presence. On the right side, they expect a healthy Sam Cosmi alongside Josh Connerly, who improved dramatically from Week 1 through Week 18 and continued showing progress this offseason. In the middle, Washington has serious competition with players like Chris Paul, Brandon Coleman, Nick Allegretti, Julian Good-Jones, and rookie Matt Golston.
This group will face an immediate test.
A new offense,
New timing,
new responsibilities,
and a brutal early schedule against powerful defensive fronts like Seattle, Dallas, and Philadelphia.
If this offensive line holds together, Jayden Daniels has the weapons to punish defenses. If it fails, Washington's dream season could collapse quickly. And now comes the biggest question.
What happens when Jayden Daniels finally gets everything he needs to attack? Washington is no longer hiding its expectations.
The Commanders believe Jayden Daniels is ready for the next level. He has experienced success. He has faced adversity. And now the game is slowing down. That is what separates talented quarterbacks from franchise quarterbacks. The physical ability was never the question. The question was always whether Daniels could become the leader. And Washington believes the answer is yes.
Year 3 will bring bigger pressure,
A tougher schedule, higher expectations. But inside the Commanders' locker room, the confidence is growing. Because Jayden Daniels is not entering this season trying to surprise anyone. He is entering it with a message. The rookie is gone. The leader has arrived. And the NFL may soon find out that Washington's quarterback is much more dangerous than anyone expected. The NFL has watched Jayden Daniels rise. Now the league is about to discover how high he can really go.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.